Hey, I'm Jeff Stroud. Welcome to the channel. Today we're talking about quantity and quality. Specifically, I want to challenge that notion that quality is better than quantity. And I'm going to take the opposite stance here. I really want to explore this notion that quantity leads to quality. Let me say that again. Quantity leads to quality. And I'm not alone in thinking that. Ray Bradbury said, quantity produces quality. If you only write a few things, you're doomed. Okay, so he had over 22 books published, but over 600 short stories. So a fairly prolific author in the science fiction space, and obviously a very well-respected author. In analyzing what he said here is that if you expect to be really good after only creating a few things, you're doomed. So I think that many of us, and I was one of those as well, expect to be great at something first time out of the gate. And if you're not great at it, you are hesitant to even push it through that gate. In other words, you won't start that YouTube channel. You won't release that song. You won't publish your works anywhere online. And so it's this fear of judgment, this fear of rejection. I think that really is deep-seated in a lot of creatives and a lot of brands. So to move away from that fear, we need an unblocking strategy. What that looks like for me is repetition. It's clearly not the only way, but what has worked for me is repetition. The way that I became a better photographer was not by thinking about taking photos, was not about I didn't do it by looking at photos. Now, I've been inspired by certain photographers, of course. However, none of that matters until I'm out in the field with my camera snapping frames. And the process of doing, the process of creating more quantity creates quality. Same goes for these YouTube videos, right? I started the channel a little over a year ago. I put out a couple videos and I had no real consistency and sporadically dropped a few throughout the year, but now I'm back. I'm doing a weekly series and my numbers are increasing, right? I like to think the quality is increasing as well. You guys tell me, I don't know. And here's the other thing, man. I'm not saying to put out garbage. I'm not saying just like, whoa, just put something out there. No, do your absolute best, but then know that your best is good enough. Like, if you get stuck in fear about rejection or the fear of failure, or what if it doesn't do well, all that stuff, right? That's never going to go away. But what you have to realize is that if you really did do your best and you're serious about this sort of creative endeavor, whether it's music, photography, writing, logo design, whatever it is, you've got to be able to break through that fear somehow and know that, look, I did my best. And guess what? Your best is going to improve, right? When I look back to my photos from 3-4 years ago, I'm amazed at how far I've come. And that, again, it comes not from practice necessarily, but actually doing. Like, I think that, I've got this guitar hanging here, my dad's old Les Paul. I'm a pretty good guitar player when I'm here in the studio. When I get on stage, I haven't had that much stage experience on guitar. I've had a ton on saxophone. It's different, man. Like, I can play riffs here in my little safe studio that I cannot pull off on stage when I'm playing guitar. It's just different. The nerves are different. You sweat more. It's like physically it's a different thing. And why I need to get out there and play more. It's as simple as fact. Like, my quantity levels need to rise in order to raise my quality. No amount of practicing here in the safe zone is going to make me better on stage. Not no amount, right? But there's a certain amount that you can't replace it with the real thing. And I think that many creatives suffer from this, right? Like, oh, if my mix down was only better, then I would get these tracks signed to that label. Or after I learn everything about making videos, that's when I'm going to start my YouTube channel, right? Like, nobody had it all figured out before they started. You have to learn as you go, and you learn by doing. That's what I found anyways. I was, when I started thinking about the concept for this video, I was very excited to to see that I'm not alone in thinking about this, right? So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for spending a few minutes of your time with me. Do me a solid and subscribe to the channel. Click that little notification bell, and most of all, go create something. Thanks, I'm Jeff Strauss. See you later.